Coming up next, right here on the Fortminorproject channel, that's right, I'm giving you guys my thoughts and opinions overall on WWE Payback 2015, my thoughts and opinions, and as well how I felt about this show, all that right here, coming up next, and you know what's coming up next too, roll that damn intro.
Inside me, a light was turned on. Then I was alive. If you close your eyes, your life, a naked truth revealed. The dreams you never lived and scars never healed. In the darkness, light will take you to the other side. And find me waiting there, you'll see if you just close your eyes.
Alright, so WWE Payback 2015 is in the record books and going right down into it, just getting right through with the pay-per-view in itself and how I felt about it. I will give overall thoughts towards the end of the show and my review and everything, if you will. So, we started things off too with the kickoff match. We actually had a bonus match, and with the first bonus match that we did have, and the only bonus match that we did get to see with R-Truth and Stardust. Basically, these two going head to head in a pretty good match. Basically, where R-Truth is still dealing with his fear of spiders, and which is kind of weird because Stardust actually had a bag of spiders and actually scaring R-Truth, which is kind of fucking weird if you ask me. But in the end, R-Truth does get the win, and he was able to defeat Stardust. Hopefully, that would end things and settle the score too between the two, and didn't really care about that little feud that they had going on. So maybe we'll see other better things going on. And for Stardust, they actually go into Cody Rhodes a little bit more throughout this year too. I think would be fine for him, even though the Stardust character has worked really well too for Stardust. I would like to see Cody Rhodes be brought back and to see what else he can really do and actually be as a heel still, and I think that would be perfectly fine with him. So there you have it when it comes to that first bonus match for the kickoff. Next we had the main kickoff match where we had the impersonations for Curtis Axel, who was being as of course Hulk Hogan, and as well Macho Man. For that impersonation for him, that was for as well for Damian Sandow there. So actually Damian Sandow doing pretty well and actually a cool job, actually looking like Macho Man. Same thing for Curtis Axel too. They did pretty well for their impersonations, and they were able to take on the Ascension there. And it was an okay match for what it was. I'm happy the Ascension was able to win there, and hopefully they will move on to better things too going for them as well. So I'm sure we probably will get to see more tag team stuff for Curtis Axel and as well Damian Sandow. I don't think that'll probably be ending anytime soon, since they're looking to do some stuff in the tag team as it seems as of right now. Could be wrong in that, but it might be just a one-time type of deal for them, so you never really know. But you know, even though I don't really care for that much, but they actually did pull off a well done job with the impersonations, I will say that. So there you have it with that. Overall, the Ascension actually winning there, so not bad there. Then for the next match, what we have for the main card, the rematch from Extreme Rules, from the Kiss Me Arse match between Sheamus and as well with Dolph Ziggler, and having just basically had this be as a regular old singles match, which was fine and actually a little bit more better, more honestly, with this match than their Extreme Rules match to me. So I gotta say it right off the bat there, and I really enjoyed it. Nice way to open things off for WWE Payback and to have that going for the pay-per-view. So in the end, we did see Sheamus winning there as well, and definitely a bloody battle too, as well, to say the very least, where Dolph Ziggler had the headbutt, a vicious one, to Sheamus, and actually having the old Crimson Max and being busted wide open. So something you don't really see too often, and when it does show, it adds a lot more with the blood. So it was actually kind of nice to see that, just to add more to the story between these two. So I'm sure this might have one more match between them, and have things basically continue, since we got Elimination Chamber coming up. I'm sure they'll somehow be involved in the Chamber match, maybe for the IC Championship, something like that, since that title has now been vacated and Daniel Bryan was able to basically have the title let go and have a repeat, which kind of sucks that Daniel Bryan was able to have that too as well. So not only that, wish him the very best too for Daniel Bryan, and I'm sure we get to see him soon. So with that being said, besides all that, in the end, Sheamus was able to get the win, and Dolph Ziggler looking strong, like I mentioned on Twitter. So that's fine. No really too much complaints about that whatsoever. So Sheamus winning for WWE Payback, so no complaints there. Next match, we had another great match, this time for the 2 out of 3 Falls match for the tag team titles, where we had the New Day taking on Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. Tyson Kidd actually doing well for the first half, and actually trying to pull out all the stops to really get those tag team titles back, and having Natalia a little worried too as well. We had a lot of interesting spots too in this one, a lot of great back and forth action. For the first fall, we did have Tyson Kidd and Cesaro get the win there against Big E and Kofi Kingston. However, in the second fall, where we had Xavier Woods of all people, which is actually crazy as all hell, winning it and helping out Big E and Kofi Kingston retain the tag team titles. So I thought they would actually have the match be able to continue, but unfortunately it didn't go that way. So in the end, the New Day actually retaining their tag team titles. So I kind of see this continuing just a little bit. We'll see what happens with that. But the New Day are actually doing well as a heel right now. So they're doing wonders. So it's actually working pretty damn awesome for themselves. And Cesaro and Tyson Kidd are a fantastic tag team. I really like them, especially with Natalia too at their side. You can't go wrong with that. So great match. So New Day are still the tag team champs. Then with the next match, where we had Bray Wyatt in as well with Payback, and what many were thinking it wouldn't be that great of a match, but with all honesty, I think it was a good match, and these two tried their best to actually show that they can go toe to toe. And with the winner of the match, we did have Bray Wyatt having to be able to defeat Ryback, and I think this most likely will be in just a one-time deal between Bray Wyatt and Ryback, and it was nice to see something going for these guys. So, with all, uh, in the end, I actually enjoyed it for the most part. So it was actually a good match, like I said, and we'll see what happens with Bray Wyatt and who will be feuding next. And I'm sure we'll probably get to see him in the Elimination Chamber match at some point, whether it be for the IC title, most likely, or probably for the world title, which I don't really see that much. But um, you never really know when it comes to that. So hopefully more bigger, better things for Bray Wyatt, and we'll see what comes with Ryback and who will be feuding with as well. So I would like to see more out of that too as well. At least they were giving it Ryback something to do and be able to feud with Bray Wyatt there. So there you have it. Bray Wyatt getting the win overall. Then with the next match we had for the United States Championship with Rusev and as well John Cena, what is supposed to be the final chapter, and I'm sure the feud is over between these two. And actually, it was a great match too for the United States Championship. So a lot of back and forth action between these two, and basically, both of them not willing to quit unless they're able to kill each other, and that's basically what I got there. And we seen these two go into the fans too at one point, going into the pyrotechnician area as well. That didn't even stop Rusev, and Rusev looking like a badass there as well, and even with literally almost being blown up by the pyro, is sick as all hell. So props to him actually wanting to continue after all of that. They even used the old school barricade too, the steel steps and everything, and in the end, Lana was actually able to help out Rusev a little bit, basically helping out, saying that Rusev was able to quit and John Cena able to retain the US title. Basically, the US title Open Challenge is still looking to continue there. So don't really have a problem against that. Would have been nice to have Rusev be able to win at least one of the matches basically instead of John Cena winning most of them. But with that being said, the U.S. Open Challenge continuing, that's fine, and it's actually making it really interesting, like I said. So we'll see who's going to be next to step up to the plate, and I still think that Rusev still did pretty well. So I don't see nothing really too bad behind it. So I know Lana's supposed to be turning face as well, going for the rumored face turn and actually becoming something completely different and under a new name as I heard CJ. So we'll see what happens with that. I guess that'd be interesting since Rusev has been not happy with the reactions that she's been getting from the fans and everybody really uh, cheering for her and all that stuff. And can't go wrong with Lana. So it's gonna be weird not having Lana with Rusev since they fit well. That's just me. But we'll see what happens with that. If it happens or not, then hey, it is what it is. Then with the next match, we had the Divas Tag Team match where the Divas title obviously wasn't on the line, where we had Brie and as well Nikki Bella taking on Tamina Snuka and as well with Naomi. And this whole change with Naomi and I like the heel turn and the pairing with her and Tamina. It's actually really cool and working really well and something new, fresh and different for Naomi and something that it's been about time that it should have happened, so I see nothing but great things coming out of it. Hopefully, Naomi will get her Divas Championship matchup pretty soon, most likely this year at some point, and actually win the Divas Championship. I wouldn't mind seeing that. So, in the end, Naomi and Tamina actually taking on an opportunity to get the win and be able to defeat the Bella Twins there, and it looks like, especially with the emotions from Brie Bella having Daniel Bryan not around now, basically getting the worst of her, if you will. So that basically was able to have Naomi and Tamina get the win. So there you have it with that. Then with the next match where we had Bad News Barrett and as well Neville basically their return match from the King of the Ring, and honestly it was a great match between these two. And the ending, however, I didn't really care for that much. We saw Neville having really awesome high flying moments as always, and those are always really cool things to see out of Neville and to see what unpredictable stuff he's gonna really do next and what type of moves he's gonna do, which are really dope and awesome. So Bad News Barrett and Neville, things are looking to be not done yet. I'm pretty sure of that between the two, so we'll probably see another match between Neville and Bad News Barrett. Neville was able to get the win where Bad News Barrett basically just walking out of the match basically and not really being bothered with fighting Neville any longer. So Neville was able to get the win there via countout, and there you have it with that. So I'm sure we'll probably see some more out of these two. It doesn't seem to be over. So with that being said, of course, I was looking forward to it, and the match was great, but the ending could have been definitely a lot more better. Didn't really care for the countout part too much though. Then with the next match, of course, was the main event, the Fatal 4-Way for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and as well we had Dean Ambrose and, of course, Seth Rollins, like I mentioned, is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and it was actually a great match too. We saw a lot of interesting spots. Of course, we had Kane involved here trying to save his job, making sure he didn't get fired as well. As well, we had Joey Mercury and as well Jamie Noble trying to get involved as well, and they did get involved. A couple of RKOs out of nowhere. The table spots were sick as hell. They had no chance at all, literally. And in the end, who did get to win is Seth Rollins winning the match with the Pedigree. So that was really damn interesting. Dean Ambrose was definitely one of my dark horse guys to actually be able to win, and unfortunately that didn't happen. So maybe we get to see some more out of Dean and as well having to be in the main event. So that should be something too, especially good for the Chamber for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view that's coming pretty soon in 2 weeks. It's crazy already. So, Seth Rollins was able to retain and still be WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So I'm sure most of the guys that were in the Fatal 4 will be in the Elimination Chamber match as well for the title. Plus Kane added as well. I'm pretty sure of that. I wouldn't be surprised. And who knows? We'll see what happens with that, and I wouldn't be surprised um, to see that song. There you have it overall with Payback. You know, actually really enjoyable show. I did enjoy it for what it was, much more better than Extreme Rules, if you ask me. But that's just how I feel about it, my personal opinion. So, what are your own thoughts and opinions, and as well how you felt about WWE Payback overall as a whole? What you liked, what you didn't like about it, what you thought should have been more differently. What are you looking forward into for WWE Elimination Chamber? And as well, we got NXT Unstoppable, which I would be most likely talking about too and doing a review. I might have a guest with me, who knows? We'll see what happens with that. Might be a live Google Hangout. You just never really know. So, depending on what's going on too. And as well, I'm looking to possibly starting up a podcast soon as well. Might be its own separate thing. I'm not really too sure about that, so I'm still looking into that. I already got one software that I do like as of right now, and hoping to get other stuff. So I'm open to suggestions and from you guys' feedback on that as well. For those of you who do podcasting, so I'm looking to keep it relevant and keep it interesting and something fresh. So we'll see what happens with that. But with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video, whenever the hell that may be. Most likely, I'll catch you guys on Wednesday. Peace.